Lexie Hull issues 9-word verdict on Caitlin Clark as woes go on for Indiana Fever star. Indiana Fever star Lexie Hull spoke about Caitlin Clark's recent scoring problems after the team's hard-fought win over the Seattle Storm. Indiana Fever star Lexie Hull has addressed Caitlin Clark's recent dip in form. The Fever recorded an impressive 94-86 victory over the Seattle Storm on Tuesday. The Indiana spent the last 3 games on the road and suffered 2 straight defeats before arriving in Seattle. Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell were among the standout players for the Fever as they avoided a 3-game skid, but Clark performed well below her usual standards. The 23-year-old contributed just 6 points, making 3 of her 13 shots and missing all 6 attempts at 3-pointers. Scott, Aaliyah, CN City, LA, Leeds, and Michigan City announced that they were going to the actual summit. However, Fever teammate Lexie Hull is unfazed by Clark's recent slump. She'll be fine. I don't think we're not worried about it, Hull said after the game. She's a great shooter. She's a great player. This happens to every player, every great player. Clark has struggled across her last 3 games, sinking just 1 3-promoter in 23 attempts. It is a far cry from the successive 3s she scored in her return from injury against the New York Liberty earlier this month. Last season's Rookie of the Year still contributed 9 assists against the Storm, and Hull summed up her thoughts on Clark's scoring blip with a 9-word message. She'll be fine. Yeah, we're not worried about it. Alongside several of her teammates, Hull made up for Clark's misfires by scoring 15 points and 11 rebounds. Argued that it was the team's most complete performance of the season, despite Clark's problems from behind the 3-point line. I feel like we've played a lot of games where we play 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and we end up coming up short because of that, Hull explained. That's been our whole focus, is to play a full 40 minutes, win every 5-minute increment that we can, and just really proud of our group. I feel like we've hit some adversity along the way, and I think that's only pushing us closer and closer together, and just really proud of how we stayed with it. It has not been a straightforward season for the Fever, who moved to a 7-7 record on Tuesday. The team was previously hit by injury problems, including Clark's quad strain, and recent reports suggest that Wanabana wants to leave the franchise. Given that the Fever are constantly in the spotlight, it has been a challenging campaign for head coach Stephanie White. However, Fever guard Mitchell, who posted a season-high 26 points against Seattle, believes Indiana has learned from recent defeats to the Golden State Valkyries and the Las Vegas Aces. In both games, the Fever led at halftime and built up a lead in the third quarter, but failed to hold on for the win. The Fever faced a similar situation on Tuesday, but survived the Storm's fight back in the fourth quarter. The way we lost and how we lost to the Valkyries and the Aces, it was just a test run for us, Mitchell admitted. I think for us to finish the way we did tonight was really special for our group. I think you saw the best of our group tonight in the electric arena of women's basketball, where every dribble, every pass, and every shot can change a narrative in an instant. A few words carry more weight than 1,000 stats. Lexie Hull, the poised and quietly fierce Indiana Fever guard, recently dropped a verdict about Iowa's rising star Caitlin Clark that was as brief as it was packed with meaning. Just 9 words, but those 9 words reverberated far beyond the court, stirring conversations among fans, analysts, and teammates alike. Caitlin Clark, she's the spark, but can't lead. Such a simple sentence, yet it perfectly captures the complicated juxtaposition of admiration and critique that often accompanies sports rivalries and individual brilliance. The context: woes for Indiana Fever. Bright hope Lexie Hull is no stranger to pressure. Drafted as a promising guard with an enviable college pedigree, she has faced the unforgiving transition to the WNBA head-on. The Indiana Fever, historically a team of grit and heart, are navigating a rough patch. Losses piling up, morale wavering, and expectations unmet. Hull, expected to be a catalyst for the team's resurgence, has encountered her own set of challenges: inconsistency, growing pains, and the weight of leadership at an early stage in her pro career. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, the dazzling point guard from Iowa, has become a media darling, a highlight reel staple, and a symbol of hope for her team. Clark's uncanny ability to shoot from unimaginable ranges and her uncanny court vision has made her a standout star. often dazzling spectators and intimidating opponents. Yet, as Hull's verdict subtly hints, Clark's glow has not translated fully into leadership or team success. Decoding the 9 words, more than meets the eye. Caitlin Clark, she's the spark, but can't lead. Each phrase here tells a story. Caitlin Clark? The question mark is a deliberate pause, almost as if Hull is addressing a common refrain. Is Clark the ultimate star? The rhetorical question invites the audience to reconsider. She's the spark. This acknowledges Clark's undeniable talent. She ignites energy and excitement. Her ability to score and make plays electrifies her teammates and fans. It's a nod to brilliance, pure and simple. But can't lead the turning point. Hull's words hint at a deeper issue: leadership. Being a spark is not the same as being a steady flame that guides a team through adversity. Leadership means rallying a team, shouldering responsibility when the chips are down, and inspiring consistent effort. Hull implies Clark is still growing in that area. The human side of the game, Lexie Hull's succinct verdict, transcends basketball strategy and stats. It's a human insight, the discerning task that withholds effort and not just the flesh. The sight of human insight, the reality that talent alone doesn't always forge champions. The WNBA, like every league, is a crucible where skill meets temperament, where pressure reveals character. For Hull, the struggle is real. Her team's woes weigh on her, yet she channels frustration into a quiet determination. She knows that leadership is not just about scoring points, but about resilience, communication, and uplifting teammates. Watching Clark's journey, Hull sees potential, but also recognizes that being the best shooter or the flashiest player doesn't guarantee the ability to carry a team through thick and thin. Rivalry and respect. In the fierce but respectful rivalry that defines women's basketball, Hull's verdict is a form of tough love, a recognition of Clark's strengths, and an honest appraisal of what she needs to grow into. It's a subtle challenge, almost a call for Clark to evolve beyond the role of spark and embrace the mantle of leadership. The dynamic between Hull and Clark echoes many historic sports rivalries, where young stars push each other to higher levels, both on and off the court. Sometimes, a sharp critique from a peer is more motivating than praise.